created, because I've been doing media since 2001. So, I mean, I've really built a lot of the blueprint that I've wanted, and I do all my own. Like, I go out and cover BT Awards, Soul Train, Essence.
Yeah, that's a blessing about it.
Because we're going to Essence at the end of June.
Yes.
And I do all that stuff every year that they have it. However, it's a blessing to be able to be here and have my own platforms and do it for me.
Right.
Like when I go to those events, the people be like, "Oh, what media company? What company you with?" I'm with my own company. I ain't doing nothing to nobody else, so I could talk to who I want, ask them what I want. I don't have to worry about, well, this is what we need you to talk about because they did this last week. I don't give a fuck with that shit.
Right.
So
yeah.
That's the beauty of having your own and being in a place like Canton. Where you can really build your own blueprint and whatnot.
Yeah, definitely.
How long have you been doing comedy?
I've been doing it about 10 years.
Okay, because I like just keeping it funky. I really caught on to you, obviously, with the boat cruise last year.
Yeah, that's
so
cool. No, that's cool.
I didn't
People
really
still
know.
Catching on, man.
People are still catching on, but I see the following that you have, and I see the impact that you're making. Because what I'll say is like, obviously, I follow a lot of celebrities. A lot of celebrities follow my stuff and that sort of thing. But like when I posted,
I seen you. I did my research. I'm like,
when I did your flyer,
you the truth.
Listen, I'm trying to become the truth. Sometimes you got
a lot
I guess the modest side of it. I'm like, I don't know, but when I did your flyer, because I'm kind of like an in-house one-stop shop thing. So like when it comes down to obviously doing the media and doing the websites, doing the flyers, it's cool. Like I think you're amassing that following where people are, even if they're just learning about you, like they're really taking the time and thinking about it. So it speaks to like your credibility and what it is you're doing with with your brand and whatnot.
It's been a long time. The blessing about that too is like I've been doing it for a while, so I'm perfecting my craft.
Right.
But when I come to the scene, I'm still like a new guy.
Right.
Still like one of the young, you know what I mean?
Right.
I'm still new, I'm still fresh, and that's what they want. So I think that's the blessing in it.
What do you do to like really perfect your craft? Like I watch a lot of YouTube, and I really just got into comedy hype. So I see a lot of times they're talking just about different comedians are on there talking about different stuff, and the conversation over maybe the past week has been comedians and how they really perfect their craft and like introduce new material and stuff like that, because the stuff is going around about Cat Williams and they kind of clowning the new the new thing that he got out there and whatnot, and him saying on Arsenio Hall that he don't do the clubs and all that stuff. He just do when he do the arena tours, he just go out
and that's a mistake. I mean, I'm gonna put it like this, even with Chris Tucker, because comedy is like right now, it's live, it's like it's an impact right now. So when you stop doing that, even Eddie Murphy can't get on that stage and say that had that same impact that he had with Raw and Delirious.
Absolutely.
Because he ain't get it in so long.
Absolutely.
So when you introduce a new stuff, you gotta hit them open mics. I really don't care who you are, even like a Kevin Hart, to hit them small clubs to work on new stuff.
Right.
And you got to. You just there's really no way around it. I'll step into a club with like 5 people, but I'm about to work this new material. I don't even want to do no old stuff. I mean, it's 5 people here. If I don't do good, it don't even matter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if I get that laugh and that response that I want, it's like, all right, now I'm going to keep working on this joke and just, prolong it, keep it going. Get into it now. Like, they like it. Let me get into it. Let me, figure it out.
Yeah. How has stuff like, and I don't even really believe in it, like if you have the right team and all of that stuff, I don't believe in cancel culture, but how has that kind of affected you in terms of like your material and what you talk about in your shows and what you don't talk about? And
as a comic, I always say this for real, we got more power than the president.
Absolutely.
Because there's nothing off limits. We can say and do what we want as long as it's funny. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically all it is. Cancel culture for comics, I don't think it's true.
Yeah. I think if you have the right team and you know how to maneuver and you know how to obviously get yourself out there, I don't really believe in all of that, like that people can just really shut you down like that.
Yeah, what God got for you can't nobody stop.
Absolutely. So so what's happening with you these days? Like what things do you have going on? Like shows coming up?
Oh yeah, definitely got some shows coming up.
Okay.
About to open up my own thing for people in Cannes so they can come do some shows.
That would be dope.
Yeah. It's time to get back to it. Cause I'll be busy a lot on the road. You know, got shows come up in Florida, North Carolina. But it's really time to hone my skills because I need to. Also, that helps me work on new material too.
Right.
So to open up a spot, it's gonna be an open mic. You know what I mean, in the city where comics can come.
That would be, man. My cousins will appreciate that because they be trying to get me to come to Canton, and I'm like, nah, I ain't coming down there.
Ain't nothing going on. You right.
I'm like, man, I ain't coming down there because I got one that stay over by by Altman. One that stay over by Mercy or Mercy Medical. Or I'm like, I ain't going down there. I'm like, nah. And then I had a cousin that was in I was gonna say Amherst. It started with an A.
Akron?
No, not Akron. You pass through Canton. You pass through Canton and you get off that. What is that? 62? Where the Rock Alliance?
Yeah, Alliance.
I got a cousin that was she was staying in Alliance. I'll be like, shit, I'm not coming over that out there. Like, stop it, I'm not coming. But I think that would be really dope. I mean, obviously that's gonna get people to come to the city and see what's going on and whatnot. Doing an open mic, I think obviously that would be something dope. Like, do you see yourself bringing in, like, I guess bigger comics or
bigger names, people that I met on the road, definitely for sure. I think my city need that. There's really
for sure.
Nothing as far as shows and stuff to do. But also at the same time, just so I can help and bring that blueprint. I want that blueprint.
Right.
Like, this is a comedy city, and I want other comedians that want to come there. Like, man, you got to stop through Canton before you get to Cleveland or Columbus or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you kind of gotten the ball rolling or started doing anything with that yet, or that process? Or
when I first started, I did, but then I got so busy on the road, it was like not even worth it for me. Yeah, not even worth it for me. But it's been a lot of places that's like, we need you.
I was gonna say, what makes it worth it now?
The venues. Well, because in the beginning it was hard. It was hard because a lot of club owners made it hard for us. They wouldn't want to mess with us, especially. I'm gonna be real, especially being black, and we had to deal with a lot of white owners, and they weren't knowing that. They weren't trying to listen to me. None of that.
Like, I think it's cool. Like have you been to Silks up here?
Silks, yeah. It was crazy. I just was there last weekend. That was my first time performing it.
Okay, and see, that would have been dope to see. We was in Atlanta then. That would have been dope to see.
Yeah,
I like that. It is, and what I really like about it is just the fact that, like, all our comics are like cycling through Silks.
Yeah.
And I think it was a lot harder when you with places like the Improv and
see, and let me tell you, that's the curse being from Canton, that I've been doing this for years, but they would give somebody that's been in Cleveland about 2-3 years, the Improv would give them a chance versus us. Yeah. And I mean, that's cool, but it's like, they look at it, they're from Canton, they can't be funny, but absolutely. I learned in this game, it don't matter where you from, it's really where you at.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So I look at Silks like as a back door to that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Like we gonna kill it so much at Silks. We gonna get that demand so much at Silks.
Absolutely.
Like my dude Chevy Terrell just killed it there, and we just building that the Improv gotta come holler.
Absolutely, and I just think it's cool because it obviously gives that spotlight, that shine, that recognition to the people around here that are doing comedy, doing good comedy.
Yeah,
and giving you that opportunity to get the spotlight and be seen and whatnot. What are some of the other things that you've seen in comedy that you feel like you can change? Like, I guess some of the bad things, or what do you think, other things you feel like you can change?
I feel like comedy need a union. It needs something like some type of representation more, because there's no like set guide as far as pay scale.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How much I get paid, and some people just give you a chicken dinner and $10, and you be like, man, no, like, So I think that like there should be like a standard. You know what I mean? Like this comedian should get this, they should get that.
Right.
And also, a union for comedians, man. A lot of them don't have health care, not like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
When it comes down to like personal growth and like just you and really pleasing yourself from this, like what do you feel like you've gotten out of being able to obviously do comedy and get started and do it, where you live and where you
personal growth.
Like how do you feel like it's helped you personally, just in your own growth and moving forward and whatnot?
I kind of say it like way help me with everything. It makes me even when I first started, I was a lot bigger. And, being a lot bigger on that stage, I would sweat a lot.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, I'm going to start working out.
Yeah.
And then I would get heavy-winded, you know what I mean? I couldn't even talk to the people. So it's like, I really need to work on myself when I'm on that stage because, I can't be getting out of breath. You know what I'm saying? So that right there, personally, is it. And then having good vibes, having good people around you.
Right.
Because as a comic, you don't want negativity around you.
Absolutely.
Like, negative vibes. I ain't trying to hear that.
Absolutely.
I ain't even known it. So it like you just, and I learned that though, just through the years. Like, oh, okay, but I do anything that'll help me better myself with comedy as far as on that stage.
How have your goals changed, like since you got started? Like when we get into, I'll use myself as an example. Like when I got into doing media, like real talk, I didn't even know what I wanted to do. Like I think I knew in the back of my head that I wanted to do something like related to entertainment or whatever, just because of like the familial side, like the family side, and all of that. But I think it was a lot of fear in the beginning. So like I went to school for marketing, I went to school for advertising, and Russ Park got me into 93.
Shout out to Russ.
Always shout out to Russ because like it's really about. All of this stuff and the stuff that we do is really about being able to take it back to somebody else and like pass on the blessing or whatever. And I have been trying to get in for who knows how long and just blindly sent him an email and on a Saturday and he called somebody and was like, call this lady on Monday. When I called her, she said, yeah, I talked to Russ, come in, interview, got hired. But when I got into it, I didn't know what I really wanted to do with it. So, not saying I didn't have any goals, but I just think that my goals were like really minimal. Like, okay, I just want to do this. I just want to get around the entertainment.
That's what it was for me.
Yeah.
In the beginning, because I ain't had nobody to be like, all right, for instance, Chicago got a Bernie Mac. That's the okay, we got to be
absolutely
better than Bernie Mac. Then you got places, all right, Cincinnati, we got Cat Williams. As far as Ohio,
absolutely.
But Canton, it was nobody to go to.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it was like, who do I be better than? It was just me.
Right.
I had to be better than myself.
Right.
So
which could be good and bad, but
it wasn't really no goals. My goals was just to get on the stage in Akron or get on the stage in Cleveland. I just want to perform in Cleveland.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Then when I got into it, it's like, oh no, I want to do arenas. Theaters. So the goals now is definitely bigger and wider as far as like sitcom, TV, everything.
What was the point? If you've gotten to that point, what was the point where you said, I fucking made it? Like I made it. Like I'm here. I'm here. I made it.
I'll say meeting people like that I seen on BET Comic View, and then after meeting them again, like the Joe Torres, the Scrunchos, Tavis Smiley, and then
he was
meeting the Scruncho and they know who you are. You know what I mean? Like that's pretty dope to me. Even Zootman Miller, that's on tour with Cat Williams right now. Like that's my guy. Like stuff like that is like damn, like they, I mean they're having friendships with them type of people. Yeah. But I wouldn't say I made it though. Not yet. Not yet.
No, I think in a lot of ways you have.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I think in many ways you've definitely made it. Like obviously you've grown, like you're doing your thing and you are following your passion and you're successful with it. And whether you see it or not, like you're inspiring a lot of people to like really do something. and to not just be out here on the street and like it's fun to kick it and all of that stuff, but you gotta have some goals at some point, and I really want to work on some streets. Stuff. I mean, I wasn't in the streets like that, but we all had a point where we just wasn't really serious and all of that kind of thing. And it's cool to be on this kind of a trajectory where, like, you really, really making it, and you're able to see where the work that you're doing takes you.
Let me actually answer that question too. It was two things, like personally, that I kind of knew I was on the right trajectory. One was my grandmother. I remember coming in her house, and she was like, "Do I need to get your autograph?" I'm like, "What you talking about?" And she was like, "You in the newspaper."
Right. And
I'm like, "What?" She was so happy for me. And that right there kind of like made me proud that I made my grandma happy. Like, I'm doing the right thing. Like, let me keep doing this. And then
it's funny how like articles and stuff like that will really make you feel like you did something.
Solidified.
It's just the idea of being recognized.
Right.
And there's somebody not even on like a fame level or no shit like that, but just the fact that somebody actually see what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I just had a feature she got on the wall over there like 2 months ago. And I think after 20 years or 21 years of doing this shit, I'm like, somebody really fucking see it now. Like,
that's a grind. 20 years, that's a grind.
Like, somebody really fucking see it.
Salute to that.
And I mean, it seemed like a long time, but that time flew. Like, time flies. And all the work and stuff that you put in, some stuff take like a couple years for you to really get it in place. Mm-hmm. Or like, you had the idea for the comedy club or the open mic night, and you was doing it, and then you kind of set it to the side because some other stuff was going on and some other stuff was more important, but it's coming back because it's obviously meant to be there. And like, that's a dope thing because that's going to give an opportunity to so many people that otherwise they wouldn't have that opportunity. So it's cool. I like to be able to see like where people are successful, but they figure out a way to actually bring it back to somebody else that's really trying to do it and make it a little bit easier. Like, I'm launching a nonprofit that will get our kids, and when I say our kids, I'm talking about Black kids. Like, I want to help us get into media and journalism because I just think back to me going to Cleveland State and Tri-C and not being able to get no experience or whatever, which is why I created all my own stuff to start doing media and get the experience. And it's like if somebody turn you away, figure out a way to create that shit yourself.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
So I think that's dope. I think that's a motto that clearly you are living by.
Yeah.
And I think it's inspiring to a lot of people. So I feel like you definitely have made it. And doing something like what you're doing with this open mic night is really, really going to be huge.
Appreciate it.
So like, congrats for that. Like, bravo for like doing that.
Yeah, it's for the city though. It's really for the city, and to like, even when people come up to me and be like, "My kid is a class clown" type stuff, I'll be like, "All right, well, this is what you do with them." And I'll just give them a little couple advice. Never discourage them, but that's who it's for. Like, I always wanted somebody else in my city to be like, and I knew like, hopefully I inspire that person. I'll be that spark, like.
But that's somebody too. Like, if your kid is a class clown, obviously you got to reel them back in as far as like doing what they need to do in school and not playing around in school.
Yeah.
But
you get your grades.
You can actually take that creativity.
I had straight A's. I had A's and B's.
Right. But take that creativity and help them and show them how to put that into something constructive where maybe you could be a comedian or something like that.
You ain't got to be a rapper.
Right. Now, I think this is really, really dope. So, like, what do you feel like, let's say, like, 5 years, 10 years, like, just moving ahead, like, where do you feel like you want to be as a comedian?
One of the goals is to be hosting at the Improv. Definitely get that Cleveland Improv tag. I think it's time. And to be traveling with my team.
Okay.
Be on that road consistently.
Yeah.
On a consistent basis. It's consistent, but it's slow sometimes. Just depends. But yeah, that's what I want, and to show my kids too.
Yeah.
Show my
kids. That's the big thing. Like, all the stuff that I'm doing is cool to be able to show my son.
Yeah.
Like, what I'm doing and for him, and it's cool that he's old enough now that like he knows the people that I'm covering and he knows what's going on, and like obviously the Barino side of it. We go to like the reunions and all of that stuff, but we had and we talk on the phone and all of that stuff, but we had never talked to her face to face or never seen her face to face. Because usually she's not at the events or whatever when we go. So it was cool, like, to go and do this event in Atlanta, and then she be there, and then we had pictures that we posted and all that stuff, and then he tagged onto them, seeing it, and it's just cool for him, even outside of that, just to see what I'm doing and seeing how, like, positivity will take you so far.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Positivity and just having those vibes and staying away from the negative people and all of that stuff will really take you so much further than what you'll ever know. Mm-hmm. So I think it's good, man. I think that you've done really well. I think you have made it. I appreciate you for the comedy, just for what you're doing for the community and for our youth and everybody that's watching.
Yes,
people that want to keep up with you, find out what's going on, how do they find you? Like
social media, follow me, Instagram, _ Marcus Martin.
Okay.
And then also got a mixtape on like iTunes, Spotify.
Okay.
Tidal.
Okay.
Just put in comic Marcus Martin.
Okay.
And right there, then come to a show. Come see me.
So
come see me live is different.
So shows, what's next?
Next, I got a show, what's next with me? I got a show actually tomorrow in Akron. I'm in Akron tomorrow with Rob Allen, Darnell Taylor, Chevy Terrell.
What time is the show?
The show is at 7 o'clock. I forget where, because I'm horrible at that.
I'm actually doing an event tomorrow with MC Brains, and that's at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
So, damn. What's after this show?
After this?
I want to come to a show. I'll come to Canton, man.
I'll let you know. I might have to let you know.
I come to Canton. I'm like, shit. I come to Canton.
Well, I'm going to be in Cleveland or something. I'll let you know. I'll definitely let you know.
Then I can tell my family I'm gonna come through.
Right? That'll be the excuse. Hey, I'm gonna get him here, y'all. I'm gonna get him to Canton, y'all.
I'm gonna get down there. I think it's cool, man. Like, I think everything that you're doing is like really, really dope. Obviously, you hear about the OJs and all of that stuff, but it's cool to see somebody on another level that's doing something that's like our generation and our time, and like to see somebody really making it happen. So I appreciate everything that you're doing. I love media and entertainment and comedy and all of that stuff. So I think it's dope.
Yes, sir.
Any kind of final words or anything like that?
No, man. Thank y'all for having me. I appreciate it. Shout out to No Static Radio.
Sure.
As always, man. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Everybody make sure you guys follow him on Instagram _
Marcus Martin.
Websites or anything? Or
I got a website coming soon.
Okay.
Yeah, I had one got done, but yeah, definitely website coming soon. But it'll be comic Marcus Martin. Got t-shirts and stuff for sale, wristbands for sale.
That's what's up. Okay. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, yes, sir.
So listen, y'all, we're gonna we actually gonna phase out because we are shutting down early today because of the Lupus Walk. If you guys want to come through to the walk, that is at Garfield Park. We're meeting up at the Red Oak Shelter at 1 o'clock. So you got about 28 minutes to get there. But we appreciate you guys, as always, for tuning in, listening to the show. We want to thank Mr. Marcus Martin again for being here on the show. You guys can always listen to the replay of that. And we're going to head out. Miss Decisive, you got anything to say here?
No, I just wanted to remind everybody real quick, though, about the Trauma Recovery Center that, if you're a family member or friend have been affected by violence, like, the Trauma Recovery Center is here to help. So give them a call at 216-644-5487. They offer real help for real needs and real-time services like emotional support, food, clothes, safety, and a whole lot more. So don't let violence control you. You can break free. TRC can help. Again, the number is 216-644-5487. The Trauma Recovery Center of Northeast Ohio, also affiliated with the Center for Families and Children. Also, 6812 Woodland Avenue, every first and third Saturday of every month. Major Care Ministries, the Cleveland Food Bank. They give you free groceries and a whole lot more. They also serve free hot meals at 11 and a free clothes giveaway all week long. So if you need the help, or a friend, go tell a friend to tell a friend, get the help they need. And guess what the best part about it is? They don't need proof of income or ID. Just pull up, pop the trunk, get what you need, pull to the side, get some eats. You know how I go, bars, baby. But 6812 Woodland Avenue, every first and third Saturday of every single month, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Cleveland Food Bank, Major Care Ministries. And that's it, y'all. We're gonna get back into more of this. We're gonna close it out with music. JROCK is abandoning me. No.
I ain't going nowhere just yet. I am rushing, but
but it's okay. It's okay. Like, first of all, you're leaving for a great reason, and then that's something that we got to talk a little bit more about because we haven't done it in a while. Is talk about lupus, because you and Cece, and shout out to Cece, who's the teacher in a new LeBron James documentary. That is being
You know who else is in there? Is
Ryan,
Ramona Robinson too.
Really? Yeah. Okay. Yep. And Ryan from Thursday nights, the rap radio show here on Thursday nights. He was one of the Four Horsemen, LeBron's boys, and then they upgraded him to a cop. So now he's a cop in the movie, an Akron police officer. So shout out to Ryan Polk. Shout out to Celia from the rap radio show and Lupus Straight Up. But yeah, we got to talk about that.
We definitely do.
For sure.
Yeah, we definitely do.
Yeah,
we don't have fun. We don't actually have to have a show.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I think that'll be dope.
Yeah, but have a great time. And dope cause.
For sure.
Super dope cause. So yeah, have a great time. We're gonna close out with music. We got some Masego coming up. Of course, your girl Jill and some Tamika Scott. So more to come. All right.
Yeah, that's what we finna do.
I got you.
We usually go to 1 o'clock. I hate that I'm running out.
It's cool.
I have lupus. We do this talk every year. It's at 2 o'clock, and I don't know what I think there was so much shit going on that the person I'm doing with, I think she probably said 1 o'clock, and I'm like, yeah, that's cool, but I forgot. I appreciate it, man. Everybody else, like, without it, we're doing